What's your name? I'm a Kamen Rider.
Ninninger is bad. Like, really bad. I've never disliked a Sentai until this season. If you took all the things people don't like about Sentai and put it into one season, it would be Ninninger. Big focus on red, ugly mechas, silly gimmick just to sell toys, and boom! Bad show. But hey, maybe it just didn't have a good writer. Or maybe he was new to Sentai. Let's see. Oh, he wrote episodes for Gokaiger. Well, there are episodes of Gokaiger that are lackluster. He probably wrote He wrote those episodes? Those are like the best episodes of the season! Kento, my man, he wrote the best episodes in a Super Sentai season about Super Sentai! How did you mess up this bad? Ninninger certainly had potential, though. With the theme of ninjas, everyone was excited. Most people consider Hurricaneger their favorite season. So what I'm going to do is try to explain how Ninninger could have been improved upon and made into a somewhat decent series. I'm not a miracle worker. To be fair, let's start with the positive stuff that I would keep. The family dynamic was amazing here. We haven't had one since Magiranger, and it was really nice to see. I really liked how only Takaharu and Fuka were brother and sister, and the rest were all cousins. We even got a grandpa on this team. We'll talk more about him later. The saving grace of this show. Without KINJI, I would have never finished it. He's a yokai hunter who takes selfies with the monster he fights, and he transforms with a hamburger. Also, he's the only character I feel got actual character development, his actor is really good, and his theme song was amazing. A thing sort of overlooked in Sentai, but I really love roll calls. And Ninninger was always really creative with theirs. Whether they're doing it just normally, or while jumping off a building, or on a stage, it looked pretty cool, you gotta give them that. Now, that's about all I can think of for good things. Now, it's time to tear this show apart. Here's what I would change about Ninninger. By the way, these are in no particular order of importance, except for the last one. It's the most important. You want to know exactly when Ninninger became trash? It was after episode 12 where GABI RAIZO died. But Mr. Protodubs, you say. Was it GABI RAIZO just a dumb brute? Oh yes he was, but he was much more than that. He was a rival to Takaharu. He was the only challenge Takaharu truly had. After GABI RAIZO died, Takaharu had no issues in the show. Keeping GABI around would have given him a reason to get stronger. Not just, oh, I want to get stronger because I want to get stronger. Let him live to about episode 40 and give us an epic climactic battle like Shinken Red vs. Juzo. And bringing him back in the last 3 episodes just for him to do nothing? That was dumb. Dumb! Honestly, this show made me realize mecha fights aren't that great. I don't know if it's the Kamen Rider fan in me, but I just lost my love for giant robot fights. It just takes away from the action if it's not done right, and Ninninger definitely did it wrong. Shuriken was okay. Unlike everyone else, I liked the sitting in the chair thing. Bison King was rad too. Gekiatsu Daio and Lion Howl were just lame, and the combinations were lame too. I know people like to poke fun at Shinkenger's final mecha, but at least it looks decent, unlike Howl Shuriken or Howl Gekiatsu Daio. They were ugly. Let me get this out of the way. I like Chozetsu Ninja. I like how it looks, I like how it was shareable, and I like the excuse they used for Kasumi not getting the armor. That was creative. What I don't like about it is how Takaharu uses it a million times more than anyone else. Fuka never got a chance to use it, and sometimes in important situations, like in the final battle, they didn't use it. Speaking of never using it, Super Star Ninja. Good God, I was excited for this. As I mentioned before, KINJI was the saving grace of this show, and when I heard he was going to get a power-up, I was excited. What did he get? A cape and a recolored sword. That design is so stupid, and I think everyone used his sword more than him. KINJI, it's your sword! You can use it too! He didn't even use it in the movies, and they teased me with it in the credits. And it makes no sense why it looks like that. He got that power from embracing the yokai blood inside of him. So why not give him a more werewolf-looking form? Or hell, just don't give him a power-up and let him use Chosetsu more often. That form looks cool! God, I've been wanting to rant about that forever! Feels so good. Don't get me wrong, seeing him transform was amazing and I loved it. But he should have transformed much earlier. Instead of having him transform once in the last couple episodes, how about around episode 30 to 35 they find a way for him to get his mentality back, and he transforms and becomes a Ninninger. Not red though. Maybe black or a darker red like a crimson. And make Gekiyatsu Daioh a mecha for him instead. But not make it Gekiyatsu Daioh because Gekiyatsu Daioh is lame. Say that 4 times fast. Gekiyatsu Daioh, Gekiyatsu Daioh, yes! Grandpa Yoshitaka is the worst mentor in Super Sentai ever. He gave stupid cryptic advice, his lessons were stupid, we never saw him actually train anyone, didn't do anything while his son was having his mentality stripped from him, and didn't do jack crap in the series. Hell, even Shishio didn't think he was good enough, so why should I? Have him around the dojo more, let's see him actually teaching them moves and lessons instead of watching them from afar. Also, how am I supposed to feel bad about this guy dying when he didn't even give us any reason to be emotionally attached to him? As soon as, I'm gonna butcher this name, Ariaka no Kata showed up, I was like, oh, she's so annoying and useless. Why doesn't she do anything? Why are they so okay with her taking the fear they gathered? Then we found out she was pregnant with Kiba Oni's child, and that's awesome! Mangetsu is so cool! He had a cool design, a cool voice, a cool weapon! And he was only around for 4 episodes! Such wasted potential! Instead of QMon being a baby about Mangetsu being around, have them work together since they're brothers. With the 2 of them working together, they could have definitely gathered enough fear to revive their dad. And they both could have gotten that good old pat on the back from dad that they longed for.
Good job, son. Thanks for helping me enslave the human race or kill them. I don't know what I'm doing.
The single worst thing about this show is TAKAHARU. Say what you want about the villains, the mecha, the other characters, whatever. There is no way you can defend TAKAHARU. He has no personality, no interesting qualities, no character development, and his actor is awful. Every time I hear him scream that catchphrase of his, it's like my ears are being ripped off and thrown into a blender. And it's not that it's a bad catchphrase. Natsu from Fairy Tail makes it sound awesome. But that's probably because he's a good actor. The other Rangers just treat him like he's some super charming person or someone they should strive to be. But he's not, and they shouldn't. Every Ranger besides TAKAHARU is interesting, but they all want to be like him, and it keeps them from growing. People like to poke fun at Kyoryuger and Tokyuger for being too red-centered, but let's compare those shows in Ninja, shall we? Daigo and RAIZO might not have gotten a lot of character development themselves, but you know who did? Their teams. A good red grows as his team grows. They are a prism that the other members of their team shine through to become brighter. TAKAHARU is a piece of wood that blocks that light. He takes away all the screen time from other Rangers and does nothing with it. His character doesn't grow, doesn't change, doesn't do anything. Just wastes time, and by doing that, he's taking away valuable time from other characters. Besides KINJI, none of the other Rangers change at all. Nagi goes from becoming a person who relies on books to a wild and outgoing person in the first couple episodes. Have that be a transition throughout the series. Yakumo goes from becoming a wizard to a magic ninja, also in the first few episodes. Fuka learned that she'll never be as strong as her brother. Don't even get me started on that. And Kasumi, she's smart. That's it. She learned to accept failing in that one episode, but besides that, nothing happened with her at all. It was just 47 episodes of characters doing absolutely nothing but watch TAKAHARU, the drying paint of the wall of Super Sentai. You know what this show needed? A leader who isn't happy-go-lucky. The whole team is happy-go-lucky. You need a brood in there, like Takeru from Shinkenger. What made Takeru a great leader is that he cared more for his team than himself. If he knew something wouldn't be the best for him, but would be best for his team, he'd do it in a heartbeat. TAKAHARU just does whatever's best for him, the others just sit back and watch him. But let's say you don't want a brood leader and you still want a happy-go-lucky leader. Then how about Alata from Go Sager? The best part of Go Sager was, besides from the fact that Alata was red and he posed in the middle, there was nothing about him that made him a leader. Hell, there was a whole episode about them trying to find out who the leader is, and they just decided that they'd all be the leader, and that would have worked great in Ninninger. A team of 6 or 7 with no leader, all striving to protect the world by working together. None of this get stronger to become the last ninja crap. Have their goal be to get stronger together and save the world and defeat the yokai. Top it off with a group power-up and you'd be set. Or, if you can't live without this super awesome character, make him an extra ranger. Have him show up and be that cool ranger that's super strong and makes every other ranger want to be as strong as him. Then, here's what you do with him. Kill him off. Having him sacrifice himself, killed in battle, or be captured, if you're lame. It would give the other rangers a bigger drive to become stronger and avenge their comrade, especially since he was a family member. Maybe even his power to transform could be spread among the rangers after his death to give them a group power-up. That would be so cool! So, that's just how I think Ninninger could have been improved upon. But those are just my ideas. If you have your own, leave them down in the comments below. And if you liked this video, well, would you look at that? There's a button for that. And if you disliked the video, there's a button for that too. But make sure you tell me why. I would love to hear anyone try to explain how Takaharu is a well-written character. Please, try.